Oh, hey, man. Thanks for coming, guys, again.
You want to be like, welcome to the 9 Club?
No, well...
You haven't said the name of the show once since we started doing this. See, the thing is, I don't think Chris could ever make the 9 Club, so we had to start a show called the 9 Club.
Have you seen any of the videos I've been in?
Well, you were in that one, right?
Yeah, just one.
Listen, right?
But,
Listen.
Yeah. You want me to hit off my resume? My first video I was ever in, Welcome to Hell.
Which is so insane to me.
Right? Donnie Barley put me in the friends section.
Really?
Yeah, had a line in there.
Was that like a hot rod connection?
Well, I skated with Donnie Barley all the time when he lived down here.
Really?
Yep.
Odd couple.
So yeah, I got on the Welcome to Hell video. Nobody knows though. I always have to tell people.
You're like Chris Roberts. I was in Welcome to Hell.
Right. I've never been approached like that was a sick line in Welcome to Hell.
I remember the Nolly Knows One slide.
Right. So I did a heel flip off the bump and then an Ollie Knows One slide on the ledge.
That's right.
What was your first video? Part.
Are you saying that one line was a part for you?
It was huge in my career. My phone was ringing off the hook.
Did Sonic ever do a video?
I wasn't on Sonic when they did, no. But they did make a sick video, one louder.
Are you saying it was really good because it was a San Jose brand, or?
I've never heard of it.
Okay, I thought it was sick because it was all the dudes that like were around my area. It was all the spots in my area.
Was Sonic your first sponsor?
Yeah. It wasn't even really a real sponsor. Now looking back on it, he was like, come to the skate shop I work at and you could basically steal all the Sonic boards you want. And that's kind of how it started.
You're like, right on. How old were you?
Probably about 8 or 9.
We're going to go through the whole timeline of your life.
How old are you now?
This point.
21-ish.
San Jose is amazing for skating, I think.
Maybe I'm a little biased because I live there, but...
Well, same for me. L.A., I love to hate it.
Yeah, but I don't hate San Jose at all.
Well, I hate L.A.
I love
but I love it.
What is it you hate about L.A.?
Well, no, just the traffic, the people. L.A. is just
It's the same complaint everyone else has.
Well, you know, Silicon Beach. Google's moving down here. Snapchat moved in down the street. YouTube. So everybody's rent is going up now.
I don't know. I have nothing to say about that. I like YouTube, I guess. I don't know.
Well, you're not a tech guy.
I'm not tech at all.
But you do some tech, right? You eBay.
I love eBay.
So
eBay's right down the street from his house.
Yeah. So when I got banned from eBay, I actually
How did you get banned from eBay?
Things. I
okay.
guess.
Well, if you don't want to talk about it.
You know how there's like the fucking click here for terms and agreement, and then you start scrolling and you're scrolling and you're scrolling and you're scrolling, and I was just like, where's the box? Boom, done. I agree.
That's what everybody does.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know what I was agreeing to.
Right.
Per se.
Okay.
And then I just was selling things I guess are banned on eBay.
So you got reported, probably.
Reported.
Somebody reported you, and then you got banned. I've never met anybody that's been banned from selling on eBay.
And
that's
like
incredible.
I guess when you get banned, eBay like records your IP address, whatever that fucking means.
So they know exactly where you are.
Yeah, so you can't like just start another eBay account.
So you couldn't start a new eBay account till when? Or did you just make up a new
You can't
email?
because it's still coming from my house, so like you can't do it.
Well, how does IP address work, Raj? You probably know more about that. Is it
I don't even know what that means. That's just what the eBay dude on the I called them.
Oh, really?
I was like, "Please, I have this bid ending in like 22 hours. Like I got to get back on."
And he was like, "Sorry."
He's like, "Well, it seems like you have a permanent hold on your account, sir. eBay would like you to take your online transaction somewhere else or something like that." And I was just like, "No, but you don't get it. This might be the only one out there in the world. I need to buy this."
There was, like we'll be working on Oververt, whatever, and like as soon as we had to like render anything, boom, eBay. Just searching for things.
I got a new eBay account. Here's how I did it.
Okay. Well, wait. First of all, Raj, the IP address, is that just the address of your computer, or is it like if I got a new computer?
I think it's kind of like a VIN number.
Did you get a new computer, or is it the same computer?
So
okay, let's hear it.
I did get a new computer.
Okay.
And I tried it. Did not work.
Oh.
Because I think maybe
I
was using my same router. Now I got a phone, and I tried to sign up on eBay through my phone, but I had already previously logged on to my eBay account through my phone.
Right.
They had me.
They got you.
They had me. So get this. Came down here thinking...
I love the guy drives 350 miles to sign up for eBay.
Well, dude, the dude's house I was staying at, I was like, "Hey, man, come by your computer." He's like, "Yeah, sure." Go on eBay straight away. Fuck! They know I'm here. It wouldn't work there. He's like, "What are you trying to do?" I was like, "Oh, I'm trying to like sign up for eBay." He's like, "Oh, dude, I got banned from eBay. I can't sign up on my
This guy too.
Same. So it's not just me. I actually signed up on eBay on your computer. I was like, "Oh, is it cool if I look on my eBay?" And you're like, "Okay, yeah." Signed up here. So
you're back on.
back at it, dude. I'm a junkie, dude. I'll just like Guam t-shirt. Ah, it's red. It's in my size. I must have it. But I don't really go for like the big ticket items.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like a
$5 shirt.
Yeah,
$6.
yeah.
Fucking lying.
No, I'm not.
Are you? What,
He's lying.
What's the
No,
most
I'm not.
expensive thing you've ever bought?
You've spent so much money on eBay. You know you have.
Okay, accumulatively, maybe, right?
No, he's buying big ticket items.
Big ticket. Well, you bought a car.
Well, a Jeep.
That's a car.
That's a lifestyle.
Oh. Okay. And only a Jeep owner would know that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I bought a Jeep.
How much money do you think you've spent over your lifetime on eBay? Nobody's judging. We just want to know.
Like
thousands, hundreds,
thousands,
tens of thousands.
Well, being a top professional athlete like myself, of course, I have thousands of dollars to spend on eBay.
Well, I don't know. People have addictions and they buy shit. They don't have
I'm
money.
addicted to it, but I'm not Jesus, Roger, help me here.
Okay, $1,000 worth of stuff
Over the course of
Easily.
my life, okay, yeah, $1,000
More.
When you
couple
go,
$1,000.
I've heard your phone buzzing all night with eBay alerts.
It does.
He has a ton of
I
shit.
have the ultimate porcelain doll collection, and I'm super embarrassed about it.
I knew it.
Let's talk about Oververt. You spend a lot of time at my house editing.
Yeah, and drinking a lot.
You drank a lot. How many Stellas do you think you drank?
Well, we had a count going.
Well,
Oh, you had a count going.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait. Well, let's back up. How long did we edit the video for?
About 3 months.
Beginning to.
3
I
months.
remember you were gone for a while.
We had a room at the house. It was his room. It had
Your
all-
house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Had all the computer stuff in there, all the tables set up. It had a bed in there, a couch, couch bed, and he just lived in there.
So this
for like
is
3
after
months.
all the skating's been filmed. Are you still filming?
We're still shooting, yeah.
Are you
We
still
We
shooting? So
shot
you're
right till
shooting?
the very end.
Yeah. I mean, Zach Strick was probably the last.
What was it? Denali
Denali
back
back
180?
yeah.
down
We had to
Waldenburg?
turn the
Yeah.
video to the duplicator on that Tuesday or Wednesday, and that weekend he got it on that Saturday. Because we had a rough of his part without that as the ender.
Yeah. That was like one of the last things that went in there, and then we just threw it all together.
That
But
was
like,
it, yeah.
yeah.
But at that point, most of the dude's parts were finished.
Did he bring the roll in?
Oh, there's no rolling.
Yeah, it's okay. That's what everybody says.
He ran
That's
and
what
just threw
everybody
down.
says,
Did you see any rolling in the footage?
Well, no, because
There was no rolling.
fucking CGI. I know how they
There
fucking
is no
do this
rolling.
shit.
I tried it.
Did you?
Yeah.
You tried alling it.
No, the rolling.
Oh,
I
yes.
tried it. I'm still alive, dude.
For
Of course
shit.
I didn't try and ollie it.
God, man.
I tried the rolling though. I was like, wow, they do go fast. I can see you clearing this.
It's long as fuck, right? It's just,
If you had to try one trick, gun to your head, what would it be?
gun to my head, one trick. Ollies don't count.
No ollies.
Okay. The only tricks that I ever felt comfortable doing down gaps and stuff, a nollie back heel. I don't know why.
You
I
have to
just
trick
feel
pretty good on flat ground.
I got to put
Yeah.
it pretty good.
Yeah.
That's the only trick I really
Nugget
feel
already did it.
comfortable. I know.
Yeah.
Was that the only nollie trick done down it?
The Zach
That
was
was the first
first
nollie
yeah.
trick down. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. You got to go so fast. I don't know. He would eat shit when he was trying it. It was so gnarly.
I don't know how these fucking guys fly down shit.
Yeah, they love jumping.
to fly. I don't like to fly.
You don't jump.
Nah, not too much.
This guy doesn't do it either.
Okay, so
Low impact.
I mean, I
No,
did.
no,
Actually,
I don't like-
actually, no. There was a point. Yanni was living at our house, and Yanni only wanted to skate. It was gaps every day, you know?
Right.
So, like, I would just be like, yeah, why not?
So he got you in. He could,
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
He was just always jumping down gaps all the time, and I got to where, like, I wouldn't say comfortable, but where I would try to jump down them.
right.
Mainly just fucking around, but there was, like, a really, really, really small window where I was, like, not afraid to, like, jump down something. And then I tore my Achilles.
Ripped it
I just ripped a little bit of
Okay.
it. I fakey flipped the gap, which I kind of thought was like rad, like it was a full rocket flip, but I like
Right.
did a saran wrap somehow and like landed it. You know, like I was pretty stoked. The photographer's like, "Oh, can you do another one?" No problem, dude. We just curbed my career for like 7 months. How's that photo, bro?
right. No, but it is. It's like 7 or 8 I hurt my Achilles, and it
Yeah.
was the worst. I
Oh,
mean, I
dude.
must have spent thousands of dollars on physical
eBay?
therapies, and
I think it's why they call it your Achilles. I mean, you know the saying,
it's
right?
Achilles. Yeah.
It's his Achilles.
But why do they call it Achilles
no,
heel?
you
though?
don't. You've never heard
I've
that?
heard
No, they
that.
say Achilles heel.
Yeah, they say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his Achilles heel.
But why a heel though? Yes.
Because like back in like the olden days when you'd like wound a enemy, you'd cut their Achilles because then they can't fight anymore.
Oof.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's some gnarly
really
So that's why they
shit.
call it your Achilles heel. Like,
Going back to editing the video, and how many beers did you drink? I think that was a question on the table. You kept count.
So we're going back to this already?
Like,
Yeah, I
okay,
mean, I
well
think-
let's start it off this way. When Roger come to town, it wasn't like where were we skating first? It was like 7-Eleven. When we started to make the video, Roger's like, we need to keep a running tally of how much we drink.
So this was from the very beginning.
Right, the very first
day.
Yeah. When it's like, all right, I'm moving into fucking Louie's house for the next fucking.
Did you drag Dwindle's computers all the way up there, or did you?
I dragged everything up
You
there.
dragged everything.
Dude, I had so much shit with me.
everything.
Wow.
I showed up at his house. I'm like, all right, we're gonna need folding tables. We're
Yeah.
gonna need this. I went and like bought a fucking Herman Miller chair because I knew I'd be sitting in it for
Louis
hours.
like, what the fuck are you serious?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No, we were
The
just like, this
fuck
room's
is going
yours.
on?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
screwed fucking like cork boards up on the walls. We had dry erase boards. It was like mission control.
So where was the tally kept? Was that on the dry erase board?
it was
No,
on the
that,
cork.
that was on the cork board.
On the cork board.
We had an index card, and it's like every time I went and bought a 12-pack, one more line on the fucking board.
I could only imagine how many index cards ended up on that cork board. And how many beers did you drink?
38 cases.
You drank 38 cases in 3 months.
Yep.
456 beers. What a program you guys are running over there.
I haven't stopped.
So 456 beers. So that doesn't sound too bad, though. Once you break it down to days, 5 beers a day, but you're drinking every day. Well, not every day, because you drove down.
It was roughly 5 to 8 beers a day.
If you were up there roughly 4 days a week, no more than that.
More
We
than that.
can't.
No, he was
it's
still there
hard
more.
to.
More than that.
He was
Okay.
there for like 10 day stretches.
10 days
at least.
straight. Okay.
Anyway, from start to finish of the video, 38 cases.
38 cases.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot.
It was
actually,
a lot, yeah.
but when you break it down, it does. I'm not impressed.
It was just an interesting thing to keep track of.
I'm not impressed, Raj. How many beers have you had tonight?
It's my first one.
That's gonna bullshit.
I don't even know who bought it, but we bought the hugest fucking like 5-gallon bucket of red vines.
That was me.
Oh, well, it was Roger. Now we know. Mystery solved.
You should have kept a tally on the red vines too.
10 tubs.
Yeah, I think there was
10 fucking tubs. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Are you sure you don't have diabetes right now?
I'm sure I probably do.
God damn.
I feel like
No.
diabetes is like AIDS. You could only catch it once. I'm pretty sure like once you get it once, you're like
You're
good.
Kind of like the chicken pox.
I feel like I can get it more than once.
Diabetes?
No, chicken pox.
No, only
No,
one time.
only once.
Really?
Yeah.
When you get older, it's called the measles,
Look
or
that
the
up.
mumps, or
Jesus. Yeah, it's something like that.
Fun.
the Machu Picchu's
What are you
or something.
What are you Googling in the middle of this? What's that on the back of your phone?
It's a little metal plate so that way I can put it on my car.
Unbelievable. What car?
My girlfriend's car. What's it like being a brand manager?
Let's rewind for a minute because Marc Johnson left Enjoi. And he
Yes.
was the guy, right? He was the brand manager,
Mhm.
right?
He was everything.
He was everything.
Yeah.
So then when he left and came to chocolate, you kind of you stepped into that role?
Matt took over.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt stepped up and was like, "I'll do it." He
Right.
fucking killed it.
Yeah.
I think what your original question is like about being a brand manager and what it is. And the thing is, like, when Mark quit, basically begging him not to, because at that point I was like, I'm gonna go back to college.
Everything like
And-
Enjoy's done.
Yeah,
Like this is
absolutely.
it.
He did the
Right.
graphics, he did the ads, he did everything, you
Right,
know.
right.
So it was like, Mark's gone. This is done. It's absolutely done. And Mark was like, you don't understand, dude. When I look at my friends now, I look at them as dollar signs
Right.
of what this dude costs the brand, of what this dude's making the brand. And he's like, I want you guys to just be my friends.
Right, right.
And at the time, I was really naive as to what that meant.
Yeah. I can see that.
And in taking over the brand now, that's the one thing that I struggle with the most. Working for Dwindle, working for Girl, working for Deluxe, it's not the building. It's the relationship that you have with your brand and with the people that you surround within your brand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes it difficult. If you want to surround yourself with assholes, then who cares? And you just do your job and fuck
Right.
it. Doesn't matter.
Right.
But if you're passionate about it and you surround yourself with people that you care about, your job is a fucking 1,000 times harder than what it really needs to be.
Because you
know?
actually care.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And that's the hardest part about my job. It
Yeah.
isn't the day-to-day, like, we're on these crazy tight schedules of everything's due certain times a month. It's
Yeah.
like clockwork.
Right. Just
Those
like,
aren't the
just
things.
like
The
a woman.
mundane things like that aren't the things that bother me. It's the friendships and having to make those tough calls that, like, you have to make, and they don't feel good making them, you know?
Right.
And that's what's hard. Work is work. Whether you're working at Home Depot or at eBay telling people that their accounts are fucking froze. Whatever it is that you do, it's a job.
Right.
You know, but it's how much you care about that job that makes your job easy or difficult.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm really passionate about Enjoi and about the brand and about my friends that work for it. So it's a fucking hard job for me.
But you would think it would make it easier, right? You always hear about, like, if you love your job, you don't work a day in your life.
I think that's
saying,
absolute
right?
bullshit. I was manager of a coffee shop for 7 years, didn't give a flying fuck about that place, and it was the best job I ever had.
Right.
I would go back there in a heartbeat. Like, that place was fucking dope. Me and Ricky talk about it all the time.
Is it because you just didn't give a fuck?
Yeah, because it didn't matter. We were getting paid no matter what.
But also, it's a coffee shop. I mean, I worked at a health food store. I was a milkman. You know, I'd be in the back in the dairy section, putting out the cheese and everything, and I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
and it was one of the best jobs. Well, the only job, but it's the only job I've ever had.
I was the manager. Like, people would come to complain, and I would be like at the register, like, you could call the manager. He's not here right now. I'll give you his number. And then they would call, and the phone would be ringing in the back, and I'd like slip to the back and be like, hello?
No way.
The guy with the bowl cut? Nose ring? Yeah, we've been having problems with that guy. Well, I'll have to have a talk with him. I'll sit him down next week. And then I'd come back out like, hey, like, I didn't know anything was going on. Like,
so why did you leave that job? Did you get fired?
Well, I got hired. And then I hired my best friend. And then I hired like Ricky Espinosa, Caswell, Ed DeVera worked there. Like,
so it went out of business, is what you're telling me. You ran the place into the fucking ground.
Hey man, I got a little. No, but it started to suck because I was traveling all the time, being pro. Yeah. I would lean on Ricky. I would lean on my friend Jason
to cover.
I would lean on Warren a lot. Like,
yeah,
hey dude, like, cover for me. Here's my time card. Just punch me in and out.
They're probably like, this fucking guy.
Yeah,
I gotta like cover his ass all the time.
It's like, dude, I'm always fucking covering for you, man.
There just became a point where it was like, sorry dudes, can't do it anymore.
Yeah. So you left them there, and then you.
Yeah, everybody eventually like.
As you do at a coffee shop, right, or a health food store.
I mean, people were like, casual. I think casual worked there for like 3 days. So like, in saying casual work there, it was kind of like,
yeah,
I was just name dropping.
All right, back to Enjoi.
Yep.
You had mentioned that like Marc was like, the toughest part is obviously dealing with your friends, and that advice that Marc gave you. Are you looking at your rider as being like, all right, you're worth this much, you need to fucking start pulling your weight?
But I think everybody's different though, right?
I deal with it on a personal level, but not in the regards that you're kind of
but like you don't get offended if Jose Rojo isn't skating for 2 months, or do you? Are you like, yo, man?
No,
like,
I'll say this. Like with Jimmy Carlin, when I let him go, I was like, you're cheating all of us. I wasn't like, you're.
Well, why would you say, like, what was he doing? Like, I mean,
because he was taking money away from somebody else who was skating all the time, or we were paying for a trip that he was going on to just hang out. Whereas like we could have paid for somebody else to go there. Right. He cheated out somebody else on going on a trip where it could have been the most productive trip of that dude's life.
That's interesting to me because he seems like such a rad skater.
He's awesome.
That he would be skating all the time.
He was skating, but he just wasn't doing like what he was paid to do as like a professional skateboarder.
But the fucked up thing at the same time, like Jimmy is such a personality, he'll show up to a demo or go on tour or whatever
and kill it by just being himself, right?
Being himself, the distributor be like, I fucking love this guy. We're in fucking like 300 of his boards. Like,
right.
You know? Absolutely. Yeah. I don't mean to call Jimmy out like that. I just mean like in the sense that like in letting Jimmy go, it wasn't like you're not doing your job kind of thing. It was more of a like you're cheating the rest of the dudes out of what they could be doing.
Right.
You know, like everybody needs to have the same opportunity. You had yours, and you let everybody down.
How did he take it?
He was cool with it. Yeah. He was hurt for sure. Yeah. I was hurt. It was like the hardest thing for me to do. I love the dude. He's my friend. No, and I was the dude championing the most to put him on. You know, even when Matt ran the brand, I was like, Jimmy Carlin's rad. Like, we should put him on.
I remember when he got on. It was the sickest thing.
Yeah, I was so excited, dude.
Yeah.
And, like, Jimmy just, like, was too excited, I think.
Who does he skate for now?
Friendship. Oh. Never heard of it.
Friendship.
Or have you?
Maybe not.
No.
Yeah.
I love Jimmy, though. Like, it has nothing to do with him or his skating or...
Before that, was there any, like, pep talk?
No, but of course there was. There was a lot of that. And Roger included, like... gave him pep talk. I mean, we basically like showed him his footage, and we were like, "We're making a full length video here, and you
don't have enough.
You're not. you don't have enough for it.
Right.
It's like anytime anyone ever talks about Oververt, it's like, why'd you guys fast forward Jimmy's part?
It was one of those things where Oververt was dropping in November. His shoe was supposed to drop in January, I think.
Yeah.
And it was like, are you really going to be able to come out with more stuff? So we'll just fast forward everything you have.
Give it all the
Circa.
Okay.
They'll drop a part. Well,
Yeah.
January came, no part.
Right.
Like, we pushed it back to March, no part.
So you guys fast forwarded his whole part.
We fast forwarded the whole thing.
And
so
then,
that way
but you
Circa
fast forwarded the footage that was actually
a timeline.
used for
It was a
Circa.
timeline that
Yeah.
was like all his footage.
Yeah.
Right.
But we chopped it up really badly so that if a kid tried to like
Couldn't
slow-mo it,
no.
they couldn't like
Couldn't
waste
tell.
his
Yeah,
footage,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So you guys got a lot of heat for that? Or people just ask questions?
People always ask
what
about it.
the hell was that?
Like Jamie Thomas was like, dude, what?
Walked
like,
right up to me and Roger and was like, what did you do to Jimmy's part? The thing is, before we really did anything with it, I had extensive conversations with Shakas, who was like the brand manager at Circa at the time. And he felt confident that like if we pulled back all his footage, that he could get Jimmy to film a full part for them. And that it would be the fast forwarded Oververt part.
Yeah, the part that never came out.
And we
Right.
had this whole thing worked out where like the marionette was going to pop up at the beginning of the Circa part and start to fast forward it again. And then Jimmy walks up and bats it out of his
Right.
hand
So
and
it was
then
this
pushes
whole
play.
Yeah.
co-branding.
Yeah.
So it would
type-
like
yeah.
tie it all together in this rad thing. And then
and he gets to have his like legit part.
that would have
Totally.
been 3 months after Oververt dropped and it would reboost Oververt again. Like I had this huge fucking marketing plan behind it.
Genius. I love it. I love it.
I'm just a thinker.
I could tell.
But he didn't come through with it and
Yeah.
it just kind of, then Shakas passed away and
Oh, gosh.
it was just like this downward spiral kind of thing with that.
But that's almost in like true Enjoi fashion. Is to like
Absolutely.
not leave him out, but we're going to like,
Absolutely.
this is funny. Like
Yeah.
we're going to fast forward his part. This is great.
Absolutely.
It's amazing to me. I think it's,
Yeah.
I
we
think
would
it's
build-
genius.
We would just build the hype up for like what
Yeah.
was coming next for him.
Totally. Oh, wait. So he never came out with the shoe part?
No, it just came out commercial.
So you could have used this footage, I guess.
Could have, but he probably would have been sharing a part.
Still good, you know, sharing part.
It's good, but
Fuck
like,
that. But, like, at the same
thing
time, like-
is- let me answer this.
Yeah.
Coming from as a pro skateboarder, that's cool, but not when you're trying your hardest and like you're like risking like dying, and then your bro's just like, "Woo, I'm just having fun," and like
Yeah.
he's got tricks in the video and he's got his like. Dude, I don't know. I have like a real tough time swallowing that. Like you're gonna constantly like let somebody piggyback off of your hard work.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody who had a part in that video tried.
Busted
And they
their
tried
ass.
hard.
Right.
Yeah.
And we just felt like collectively that Jimmy wasn't trying.
Yeah.
And in the end, we thought it was better that we just fast forward his part,
Yeah.
give it to Circa, and let them have their moment.
I think
And
skaters
just-
go through stuff though. You know, there's some skaters that just are footage machines, right? But then there's other skaters that kind of go through low points, right? That
Oh,
just
totally.
like for a year or whatever, they don't do shit.
That's not when you just get on a brand new sponsor.
Right.
And we're the homies. We're just like, let's go to China, you know?
Yeah.
Like we were just kind of having fun, you know?
It seems like a fun squad to be on, I'll tell you.
Seems like a good time, right?
Yeah, you know how I feel.
You
There we go.
I wish I could still be there.
I know.
Still unemployed.
Well, that
I miss Roger.
I miss him too, man. Let's talk about him like he's not here.
Yeah.
You know? He was a good guy.
You know what's funny is I used to do that with my brother. Like me and my friends used to like pretend my brother was dead.
That's so
Oh my
fucked
God.
And like talk about him like, oh man, I wish my brother was around. And he would get so bummed, cry, run home to my mom.
How old was he?
He was probably like 6 or 7.
That's some traumatizing
That's like,
shit.
yeah, that's terrible.
And how old were you? Like 13 or 14 or
I was
something?
a fucked up kid.
Jesus Christ. I'm glad I didn't know you when you
Still
were that.
am.
That's the truth.
How'd you get on Enjoi?
Me and Jerry rode for Maple. Mark had just got on A Team, I think.
Oh, okay.
So it was like during that like transitional time.
Right.
Were you on Maple when Mark was on Maple?
No, I got on right when he left. Well, like right after Mark left, I got on. But yeah, so the whole time Mark's like talking about this company and like how he's gonna do his own thing, you know, and like everybody like, you know, everybody dreams about that, you know, and everybody's like, yeah, I'm down too. If you do it, I'm down. If you do it, I'm down. Like,
Yeah,
you know, it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of deal. And Mark like did it, you know, and like really started it and didn't ask me or Jerry to do it, you know, at
No.
first.
Maybe he's just
Gotcha.
testing the waters.
I don't know, but I just remember like talking to Jerry about it, and we were both like, "Oh, we want to ride for it." And then Mark was like, "Oh, I was hoping you guys would ask."
Oh.
But maybe he felt weird asking
that's
you
what he said.
guys
He was
like,
like,
"Hey, you guys want to quit what you're doing now and like come?
I think the reality
know?
of it was like he felt bad because he left Maple
Right.
and took Mayhew, and
Yeah.
Ed was like a really good friend, and it really hurt Maple when Mark left, you know. And I don't think he wanted to like rock the boat at Maple anymore
Do
by
it
like
again.
taking me and
Right.
Jerry, you know. I never quit, so I'm good.
Oh, you didn't.
No, I'm kind of still on Maple.
Nice. Perfect. Perfect.
Kind of worked out pretty good
Yeah.
for me. No, but well, the fucked up thing is like Jerry called to like quit. I was like, can you just tell him I'm quitting too?
Yeah. Just while you're at
Well,
it.
you're already bumming
Just-
Ed out.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, by the way, Louie quit too. Bye.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. That's kind of how it started in a weird way. Like, I mean, that was like a dream for me, you know, because I just had a job and I was going to college, and I remember him talking about it. It sounded like Liberty, you know, and like that's how Liberty was with like just weird like ads and like just rad shit that when I was a kid I thought was really cool, you know.
Right.
Like the old Powell ads, a lot of them weren't skating. They were just like funny, weird little like.
And it's the most memorable thing too.
Yeah, totally,
Yeah.
dude. So like when he talked about that stuff, that was more like appealing to me than anything else, you know?
Right.
Because Mark wanted to do skits and wanted to like
Yeah,
wear
yeah.
wigs and all this shit. And I was like, dude, I'm down.
I feel like Mark was born wanting to wear a wig.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. He
What's
loves
amazing
it.
about what Mark did with Enjoi, like for about 16 years, it's the only brand I feel like that's actually just stayed true to its fucking like what they set out to do. I feel
Well,
like
they just
Enjoi's
changed
done
the background from orange to blue.
that. Yeah,
That
that's
was
it.
big.
That was huge.
That was
It went
huge.
yellow, orange,
Pantone
blue.
144.
Yeah.
Well, it started out as yellow
Mhm.
after Mark left. I distinctively remember us like consciously being like, we're changing the color. And it was like going to be a big thing. Like, we're going to make it orange. So, yeah, I think there was something to that where it's like,
Yeah.
this is our color now.
I barely noticed.
I don't know. I
Just
don't think
kinda-
anybody really, like flipping through a magazine, I don't even know if anybody
No,
even
but I
notices
mean,
that
like-
kind of shit.
No, you do though with Enjoi ads.
Yeah.
You do. The color is almost everything in the Enjoi ad.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
it's like you flip the page and boom, there's an Enjoi
Yeah,
ad.
absolutely.
Like that's so
Well, certain
changing the
colors-
color is definitely people notice.
And it is like Roger said, like the brand's kind of stuck. Like we've stuck to our guns of what the brand is,
Right.
and
You're not chasing after what's cool or whatever else.
But
like
then,
that.
you know what? I mean, Coca-Cola changes their formula and everybody fucking goes
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's their
ballistic
shit,
and
yeah.
they're like, oh, whoops, actually,
We
we're going
shouldn't have
back.
done that. Yeah.
yeah,
But it's true with brands.
Yeah.
You should just do what you do.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's like one of the strongest things with Enjoi, and one of the most difficult and challenging things with Enjoi is like trying to keep that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to keep this same vibe, the same friendship vibe, but yet people are growing up, people are getting families, people are getting married. It's
It happens.
a difficult thing when people like their life starts growing away from Enjoi,
Right.
and you're still trying to hold them to it. Like, no, like we're gonna go
Come
drinking tonight.
party with us.
You know,
Yeah.
here I'm like, I'm 21 finally. Like we're going out, and these dudes are like, we're married with kids. Like, cool, Louie. Like have fun. You know, so
Like-
it's difficult to keep that core like vibe together. People ask me about tilt mode all the time, and I just tell them, you know what, dude, people had to grow up and get jobs.
True.
You know, back then when we were making those videos, everybody had
Those were great videos. by the
shitty
way.
little
Great
jobs
videos.
that like all we had to do every day was skate.
Yeah.
And it's a rat. Did I look back on it? It was like epic times because everybody just was cruising.
Totally.
No worries,
Yeah.
no responsibilities.
Right.
You know, now everybody's got real things going on. They can't just go dork around all day. You know.
Right. Hey, my cat's sick. I
Yeah.
guess.
I have
a
don't know if
garden
I
to
could
tend
leave.
to.
You have a what to tend to?
The garden.
A garden. This fucking guy.
Uyghur came to town and we needed an ad of him, and he wanted his name on the entire bottom of a board.
Yeah.
And Matt was like, it would have to be a fucking longboard.
Right.
You know, and then one thing led to another, and Matt's like, make it. And I was like, okay.
Because it looked like a legit board.
Oh,
in
it
the
was,
photo.
dude. It was
So,
10.
fully
It was,
legit.
It's
Yeah.
10 boards long, dude.
10 boards.
It was my whole
long.
package. But it was so long that, like, originally at that spot, he wanted to be doing a backside 5-0.
Oh, yeah.
And the board was so long, it was like brrr, bending down. And when we let go of it, he didn't weigh enough. And he would, like, drop down to, like, 50-50.
Really?
Whoa.
So we had to do it back tail. The only thing photoshopped is Matt's holding the nose up because it was just sag because it was so long. It was
That's-
so heavy you couldn't just stand on it.
That kind of ad, like that's an ad that sticks out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
people-
I will remember that ad for
Yeah.
as
Ever.
long as I live.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, ask me about another ad. I have no idea.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
What was your first audio ad?
My first audio ad, I think I was in a hammock.
You were in a hammock.
I was in
So
a
you do
hammock.
remember another ad.
Well, no, I remember my ads, of course. Ask me about my ads. I
How
know
many,
everything.
how many ads do you think you've had?
A lot. No, I don't know. I used to have a lot of shit in the mags.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first audio. It was in a hammock.
Yeah, welcome to the team.
Welcome
You're
to-
in a fucking hammock.
Oh yeah. So Mark turned you
Mark
pro. How
Yeah.
was that?
But it was like one of those things where he's like, "We're gonna turn you pro," and I was like, "No, it's cool." Like I got my job, and then like I think a month or so went by, and we went. He's like, "Let's go out to dinner." I was broke back then. Went to a place called Caro's. I don't know if they have them down
They
here.
do. Yeah.
Okay, went to Caro's, and he's like, "Sales is asking for it. Shops are asking for it." So
Well, you know you're doing something right.
yeah, so we're turning you pro, you know, and
Sick.
that was like kind of like my, well, I guess I don't have a choice kind of moment. And it was like, okay, I guess I'll turn pro. I was stoked, but like honestly, like turning Zach pro or turning Ben pro, I got way more stoked off of
Well,
that.
you turned them pro, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah.
that's a whole different feeling, I think.
It is, but, like-
because I'm a person that I love doing stuff for people.
Me too.
Right,
I
so-
felt so much better turning them pro than when Mark.
See?
When Mark turned me pro, I felt like, oh man, now I have this gnarly burden because
Yeah.
before I just got to like skate with you guys.
Thanks,
you know, and I was just
Mark.
the bro.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark.
You
will,
know?
will you pay for my fucking Caros right now?
So
Yeah.
this is the this is the jacked part. Was I was like, I'm down to turn pro. I want a jean jacket and $15 though.
That's what you said.
Yeah,
Those were the demands.
I still have the dwindled check. He wrote me a dwindled check for $15.
15.
I never cashed it. I was like, this is my first pro check.
Did you get the jean jacket?
No,
Deal-
motherfucker stiffed me on the jean jacket.
Deal breaker.
I could have been the denim diva.
Imagine what your career would have shaped up to
Exactly.
be with that jean jacket.
Exactly.
Instead, you got a cardigan.
You could have been the Jay Leno of skateboarding. Well, he is the denim fucking king.
He
He's
is.
Jay Leno
Yeah.
guy. So how do you feel about the state of skating today? I mean, with the whole, Instagram, and I feel like everything's changed.
I
you
don't.
know?
I don't. I think people's perception has changed.
You know what? You could be right.
Well, the thing is, like,
the,
when I was younger, there was this dude, Chris Story.
mm-hmm,
He was probably the best skateboarder ever. But Chris Story only skated in San Jose.
right,
And then Chris Story got older and did something else.
right.
You know? Nowadays, the new Chris Story filmed all his shit on Instagram, and it's there forever. And everybody gets to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas in San Jose, if you mention Chris Story, everybody
legend.
knows the legend of Chris
Legend.
Story.
Right.
You know? But nowadays, those legends are being born and dying on Instagram every fucking day.
Yeah.
It's true.
So has it changed? Not at all. You can't say somebody's more greedy now than they were in Caligula's day. You can't say that somebody like had more heart now than in Alexander's day.
Right.
You know,
right.
like the human integrity, the human will, the human spirit of like of wanting what somebody else has, like that.
that hasn't changed.
That hasn't gone more or less with social media. All it's
Right.
done is like given more people an audience to like showcase that.
That's
You know,
true.
and if you want to like buy into it, if you want to follow it all and consume your life with all that, then you don't have your own life, you know? And
True.
like, is
There
it
you
really
go.
that important?
Right.
Like, has your life improved because of Instagram?
Absolutely. Mine has 100%. Well, you have a girl,
Yeah.
but you don't play the Instagram tag game.
No. What
So
is
this is what I do on Instagram, right?
Oh,
You better get.
Take
you
notes,
never heard
take
about
notes, Louie.
I know.
Right?
That's-
Share
Okay.
the notes with me later.
So here's the thing, right? Okay, so you have multiple ways of finding girls on Instagram, right? The explore page, through friends pages. So you go on her page, right? You find a girl and you go and like about like 4 or 5 photos of her.
Random person?
But why
Sure,
didn't you like the rest
yeah.
of my photos?
Well, here's the thing, right? You play tag with her.
Mhm.
So then you wait, and if she likes a couple of
But
your
then you
photos,
go back.
and then you go back and you like a
Oh,
couple
that's why you
more
don't like
of
all
her
of 'em.
of her photos. And then if she comes back and likes more of your photos, so you're playing a game of tag. Then either she DMs you or I DM her, direct message her.
You gotta
And
wait
then-
for like a couple back and
I
forth.
think so, yeah, because it could just die out. It could just be a friendly whatever,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Do you
Sorry,
try
I'm
and like
sorry.
find girls with the same amount of followers, or
She can never have more followers than me. Absolutely not. And it works better because you actually get to see into her life right away, you know, rather than like a Tinder or something, because
amazing.
you only see a couple. You never heard that? You never heard me
I've
talk about
never
that?
heard about that. No.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good way to doing it.
Yeah, it's,
but
Like,
you have
don't
like
go and follow her immediately. You know what I mean?
are you liking like all the
don't
selfies?
go follow her.
No, no.
Like you just like and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
and then if she likes and then you like and then she likes and then you like, then hit the follow button. Then go DM her. You know? It's
So
the
like,
thing,
are you posting like real life stuff on your Instagram?
No, not really. No.
So
Just
she's just she just
and-
likes fake things of you.
Well, I mean, skate tricks and stuff, and just
That's
like
not
a
weird to you that
skid
she
or-
likes the superficial you.
What are you
No.
liking on her page? Or selfies or what?
Yeah, her in bikinis and stuff. You know, her superficial stuff.
It seems pretty shallow. Right?
No, but whatever she's posting, whatever I'm posting, it's a
Jesus,
gig.
I just type in like biggest ollie
It's a
or
gig.
like dude sacks.
If I didn't skateboard, and I don't think I would have an Facebook and all this bullshit.
I wouldn't
I
have
don't
any of
see
it.
the
Yeah.
point in it. Some of my friends that are doing Snapchat and they're like always Snapchatting and stuff, and I'm like, well, how many people are viewing it? They're like, well, like 3 or 4. You're spending all of your day behind your phone for 4 people to see what you're doing? Come on.
Yeah.
I feel that way just like overall though. Matt, like a while back, he was like really animate about me getting a Facebook and a telephone and all
telephone that
this
ever
shit.
saw?
The telephone.
But he had a good point about this, and he's like, nobody else is gonna archive your career.
This is true.
For nothing else, just put your old stuff on there.
Yeah.
And it's archived on the internet forever.
It's true,
Yeah.
though.
And then I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't really have any desire for people to like, this is what I'm up to right now. Like I see Joey and he's Johnny on the spot when it comes to like getting somewhere and
Absolutely.
like filming other people doing things.
Right.
I get to a spot and I'm like, skate!
Yeah.
And I don't think about my phone at all.
No.
Because when I
Totally.
touch my phone, it's like answering
Business.
dwindle emails, answering like team writers. But you know what I mean? It's not like skating to me is still fun. Like I don't
Right.
want it to become this like.
But it's
draw the
great. Like
line
some people,
somewhere,
like
right?
Joey, like enjoys it. Like he thoroughly enjoys
Absolutely.
getting behind his phone and doing
He's-
all that
yeah.
stuff.
Well, he
And
sees the metrics and he's like, all right, I'm fucking growing.
but that's great. But I think behind all that, he likes doing it.
No,
He
totally.
loves to do it. Then we were talking about Snapchat
Yeah.
and dick pics, and Joey was like, "Yeah, Desiree got dick pics instantly," and you're like, "She must have loved that."
I didn't understand that conversation at all.
I laugh so hard when I fucking watch that.
I was like left confused because I only got on Snapchat because I thought it was like a naked thing too.
See?
So I was with you.
See?
I was like,
yeah, and then no titties show up.
I don't even get dick pics.
You just wanted something.
I mean, titties would have been cool,
Just
but
wanted
fuck, dude.
something.
Show me a little flesh.
God damn.
I just don't like it. I'd rather just live life.
See,
In the
yeah.
end, like when you die, is it on your gravestone how many followers you're gonna have?
We could put that on there if
Yeah,
you want.
If you want, it could be like Louie Barletta, 30 followers.
No titties, no dick pics.
No dick.
I
Here
wish-
lies Louie Barletta, not
No
received
dick
one
pics.
dick pic. R.I.P.
I hate social media. Is there anything else you guys want to ask?
We are the world.
Oh God, now is really time to wrap it up. When Roger starts singing, it's time to go.
They just had them ready.
I was like, hey, yeah, check
Like
it out.
who's like, oh,
yeah, fucking Snapchat it like
who's
dick.
doing that? Who is doing that? Seems
would-
like a little bit of an intimidating guy
Kind of,
to talk to.
he would be like, I think you should do this trick, Dan. You should do inward heel nose grind. I remember he used to tell me that all the time. Like, fuck, that's fucking hard, dude.